Right, so we are officially 15 days out. This week I have seen a drastic drop in weight. I think at the start of the week that light is blinding. At the start of the week I was just under 200 pounds, and then today I was 193, so 7 pounds off in a week, 2 weeks out. It's been the first time I've had like that feeling of heavy legs as well, which is what it is. So we are doing a trial peak essentially, because for the first show the plan is just to kind of fill me out enough that I don't spill over for the second show, and that I'm like just a bit touch fuller. So all my lines and everything come through. We're not really peaking. So Brad's giving me more food today. Not much, only 1,000 calories. This is only an extra 240 grams of carbs on top of my baseline. But considering I've been doing 167 grams of carbs, and that is including what I get from vegetables, an extra 240 grams of carbs from oats and rice is amazing. So for breakfast, my 200 gram steak and egg whites with pepper and spinach, and then I've got big bowl of oats with the chalk orange Perform Whey. Yeah, so I'm going to dig into this. It's meal one. I'm just going to film my meals for the day. I'll maybe film a bit of the other shit I do, but we'll see. So just on my way to Flex to a PT session. Usually don't try PT on a Saturday. I do try to keep this day as a day for myself, but the client was late. So yeah. Anyway, had my second meal on the bus, so I took a very small video. So that was 65 gram jasmine rice, about 250 gram of cod, 100 grams of veggies, and some olive oil, and then a wee bit of hot sauce and some salt. But I noticed this morning, and I've noticed this for the past week or so, is that my feet and ankles are looking a bit swollen. So I think my sodium level is probably a bit too high, because I'm a bit rambunctious with the amount of salt I have. So I'm going to pull back the amount of salt I have for the rest of today. Obviously I've put salt in my pre and post and my chicken meal that's in my bag. So there's not much I can do with that, but it's likely that it's not going to be my kidneys, it's not going to be anything else. It could just be how battered my body is, and I do just need a good night's sleep, because last night again was another shit sleep. But I'm just going to keep an eye on it. So yeah, so we've got meal 3 to have pretty much when I get to Flex, and then a PT. I'll have my pre-workout meal, walk in the treadmill just to get steps in, because I've done 1600. I do want to keep my steps up just to keep the food moving. And then legs, it's the last proper big leg session really I'm going to have until after the Birmingham show, which is 3 weeks tomorrow. So it's like the last big leg session I have for the next month. So I'm going to try and make it a doozy. I've got a scoop and a half of GP pumpage for pre, and then a double serving of the defib V3 in my bag. It's the downfall of working in a gym is that I always end up just coming home with supplements at the end of every week. But that's what it is. That just becomes right. So it is 7:20. I've still got a decent amount of steps to do. I've still got 2 meals to eat. So I'm gonna prep one of my meals, go out for a quick walk, and then I'll come back and then have my other meal, and then probably just chill and go to bed. Obviously, with this being a high carb day, it's allowed me to pull back from cardio and kind of just get rid of some of the, I don't want to say some of the fatigue and like wash away fatigue, because the people that say that don't really understand how hard you can push your body, but in essence that's what I'm doing. But it was a really good session. I pushed it as hard as I thought it was smart to. I'm not new to this in any sense of the word, so I'm very aware of kind of how hard I should be pushing within sessions and how hard I'm able to push within sessions. But it was a solid session. Obviously I've trained with Connor. I've known Connor for fucking years. It was a solid session with Connor. Obviously he's a client now. He'll be competing next year, which is really exciting. But he trained with me in 2018 pretty much for the majority of my prep. So days like today, when I don't really want to talk, I just want to kind of put my headphones in, train, get my session done. It's perfect because I don't have to feel bad about not talking, which sounds odd, but it is what it is. Definitely starting to like fill out a touch and get a bit crisper now that food's being pumped up a bit. So it kind of gives us a good idea as to like kind of like what the end package will be. The plan is to send Brad over my weight after all my meals, and then send my weight over tomorrow, and then based upon that we'll have a good idea as to like how much food will need to be consumed, because he's explained the plan of attack for the first show and the second show, which is essentially first show we're just going to run what we're doing now the day before, see how it'll look, and then pull down a bit for going into that second show, the Birmingham show, and then that Birmingham show will come full as a house. So it gives us a good idea as to like 2 drastically separate looks. One look will be a bit more pulled down and tighter and crispier, and then that second look, the second show, the Birmingham show, will be much fuller, and then we can kind of deduce from there what the better look is, and then go with that look for the race streak, because that is going to be a pretty competitive regional. And then again from there we have a really good idea as to going into the finals, now that I'm doing the NPC British Saturday and then the PCA British Sunday. But yeah, 2 more meals to eat, which is a good problem to have 7 like. Right, so it is 20 to 10. I am off out, finishing off my steps. Need to get some lettuce for tomorrow. I had my second last meal maybe like an hour ago, but I had some bits and bobs that I kind of wanted to do for this coming week, and the tracker I am building for myself. I just want it done. So then tomorrow is a day where I can just get into work. I'm in the dark. So yeah, one of my favourite things I've bought so far is a wee fanny pack I bought in prep. It's genuinely so fucking handy. As much as I feel like I don't feel like a douche. I feel like I'm fucking prepared. I feel like I'm He-Man wearing my fanny pack. But especially when I go on these wee walks, I've got my wallet and my keys and my earphones and all this other shit. It's just annoying having it in my pocket. Anyway, so I've done 5,000 steps, so I've got about 4,000 steps to do, so I'll probably just be over the normal aim, but just with how my feet were looking this morning with a bit of water, I've pulled back my salt intake. Had another about 1.5 litres of fluid after training. And it's just to try and help move the food around. I'm not trying to burn fat today, we want the food to stick. I did take some photos post training that I uploaded to Instagram, but I'll post the ones I didn't here. But yeah, it's nice having a day like today, because the past 3 weeks to the past 4 weeks have been solid digging and pushing and just fighting my inner bitch to get all this fat off. And today, like, having a wee peek after legs, seeing the half crescent on my glute, my hamstrings fully popping out, and that's not even me like fully peaked and dried and all the tinkerings. That's just me, like, it's just a wee trial load. So I feel like this is the prep where everything's going to click together and come to fruition. And I won't lie, these wee walks just down to the shop and back, even if it is literally just pick up a fucking pack of chewing gum, I find it does wonders for my head. Anyway, I'm going to put a podcast on, power down, because co-op shot's in 20 minutes. Yeah, I do have the one hat I've not wore on, which is the Houston Astros, but it doesn't match my shoes. Obviously I burnt the hat that matches my orange shoes, so I'm going to try black, a refund. We'll see how that goes tomorrow.